Hi, my name is Madison Bourgeois. I am the Community Engagement Specialist at the Michigan Small Business Development Center.
And I'm Heather Spencer, co-owner of A Spencer Gellise Salon located in Bay City, Michigan.
And today I'm interviewing Heather to learn a little bit more about her business and to find out what the Michigan Small Business Development Center did for her and her business. So Heather, why don't you start off by describing your business to me a little bit? What is it that you do?
We are a full-service hair salon, so we specialize in coloring and hair extensions, and our mission is to give our guests an exceptional salon experience.
Love that. How did your business journey begin? Where did you get started?
Well, my business partner and I were very young. I was 24 and she was 22 years old when we started the business. We're actually just getting ready to celebrate 21 years in business.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But we had worked in a salon together and had just started getting this vision of what we wanted a salon to look like.
Mm-hmm.
So we started just kind of meeting up and getting ideas together. And somebody had told us that there was a salon for sale on Johnson Street in Bay City. And we went just to look to get ideas because we had like this 5-year plan. But in 5 months, we pooled our money together, our life savings, and we opened the doors and hit the ground running.
That's awesome. When did that start? You said 21 years,
2004.
Right? So,
yep.
Okay. Wow, that's awesome. And then you said you started your business in Bay City, correct?
Yep, right. Yeah, we're in the same location now that we were when we started, which is on the corner of Johnson and 3rd Street, right in the Johnson Street Business District in Bay City.
Okay, perfect. In starting this, what were the biggest challenges that you faced all throughout your business journey?
I think, I'll speak to my industry and my experience. I was trained as a hairstylist, and my business partner and I were both very good at doing hair and taking care of the guest in the salon, but we didn't have a lot of knowledge about running a business or what that looked like, or leading other people, hiring employees and walking them through that process. And so I think the challenges we faced were, kind of jumping in, very excited about the journey, and then realizing there was a lot that we didn't know. And so having to figure out those pieces, like what does it look like to run a profitable business? What does it look like to lead employees and to take care of employees? And so much more than just the guest experience.
I think that's something that, a lot of people don't realize how much it takes to actually start a small business. So I can imagine, like, you kind of think, I can just get it started, get it up and running. And then it's kind of like, oh no, I can't just do that. So
that's exactly.
So since we've talked about your biggest challenges, what have you found success in? What have been kind of like the biggest milestones that you've achieved? Heather, why don't you start off?
So I think when we started really understanding what we didn't know and started really leaning into how do we figure out these pieces, like getting the education of what does it mean to run a profitable business, and getting to a place where after 21 years, we can say that we've been a solvent and profitable business. I retired from behind the chair a couple of years ago, so I'm no longer doing hair in the salon. That was a big win for me to be able to support my team a little bit differently. And then recently, last year and then this year again, we just found out that we were nominated for one of the top 200 salons in North America. So that's a great feeling, just knowing the journey we've been on for 21 years and the learning experiences that we had along the way to get to a place where you feel like you can be a great example for your industry as far as what it looks like to run a salon at this level.
Yeah, kind of makes you feel like you did something right.
Yes.
But yeah, that's awesome, and congratulations on that.
Thank you.
What advice would you give someone that is trying to start up their own business?
I think don't be afraid to reach out for help or find the answers that you need. I tend to be a little bit stubborn sometimes, and I think I can just figure it out. But I think one of the things I've learned is that the more knowledgeable I am, the more fear it takes out of running a business. And I think I wasn't fearful till you reach some of those hiccups or some of those places where you're like, oh, this isn't working. And then all of a sudden you're backpedaling, trying to change it or figure it out. But I think the more that you can study your business and understand what don't you know about it, and then go out and try to find those answers, are going to be what's going to take the fear out and give you the confidence to keep moving your business forward.
I think that's really good advice for sure. And speaking of, reaching out, getting the help, how did you find out about the Michigan Small Business Development Center?
Well, it was funny. I was actually doing I had been asked to speak to a group of young entrepreneurs about entrepreneurship. And there was a gentleman there that was actually working with SBDC as well. And we got in a conversation, and he was talking a lot about helping like startup companies. And I said, well, where were you when I opened in 2004? And he said, actually, we do a lot of work with businesses that are already established and just want to continue to grow. And so that's how the conversation started. And so there's just been so many great benefits that I found to working with that, because you can't be in business for 21 years and do things the same way maybe that you did them 21 years ago, because business changes, variables change, the world changes, economy changes. And so I have found that like continuing this work with the SBDC over the last couple of years has just really helped me to continue to grow and have the foresight of where I need to be making adjustments and changes, rather than making reactive decisions because I'm already in it and I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. And then what ways did the Michigan Small Business Development Center and your consultant help you? What are kind of those key things that you really think made a difference?
There have been so many great things. One was sitting down and writing out a business plan for my business to really understand the financial pieces of where things were, kind of helping me understand projected income. We did a salon remodel last year, and so really working with the SBDC on does this financially make sense for your business, and seeing it on paper, because sometimes you want to go off of a feeling. You're like, this feels good. I feel like we're profitable enough. I feel like we could handle this. But when you really see it on paper, then you know for sure. So helping to get the financing that we needed for that, helping to plan out the process of that was huge. Also, making sure that we're understanding labor laws and things that we need to make sure that we have in place for our employees has been very helpful. A lot of great things with marketing. I could just keep going because I have just learned so much from working with SBDC.
That's great. I'm so glad to hear that. Last but not least, how can people contact you to learn more about you or to have some of your services?
Yep, they can find us on the web. Our website is www.spencergellisesalon.com. They can give us a call, 895-6255, area code 989. You can find us on social media, Facebook and Instagram as A Spencer Gellise Salon.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And then for the Michigan Small, if any of these services that the Michigan Small Business Development Center provides sound interesting to you, please give us a call at 989-964-4904 or email us at sbdc@sbsu.edu. You can also find us online at michigansbdc.org. Thank you so much, Heather, for joining us for this interview. It was so lovely to meet you and get to know a little bit more about your business and how you're doing so far.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, of course.